It's Mark Ferguson with Investor More, back with another video today on the coronavirus. So a lot of people have been asking me, what do I do? Should I stop buying real estate? Should I kill deals I'm working on? Should I buy more properties? What's going to happen? So I'm going to tell you what I think could or could not happen. It's really hard to know. That's what's so scary about this whole thing is nobody knows for sure what's going to happen, how long it will last, or how bad it will be. But I'll give you my opinion and what we're currently doing now. Of course, check out investormore.com. We have many more resources for rentals, flips, wholesaling, being an agent, all kinds of great information on there. And if you like my videos, we always appreciate it if you hit the like button. Why does everybody say that? Because most people don't hit the like button, but it really helps us out. So we appreciate it. All right, coronavirus. First off, it is serious, right? This isn't going to be a video about saying it's just a cold, don't worry about it, we're all going to be fine. Obviously, they're shutting down almost the world right now. So I don't think they would be doing that if it wasn't a big deal. I am not a scientist. I am not a doctor. So I am trying to listen to people much smarter than me who have studied this, looked at the computer models and try to figure out what's going to happen. And that's kind of why everything's getting shut down, because those computer models, those experts are scared about how quickly it could really take things over. So I am going to listen to them. I'm not smart enough to override those people. So I'm taking it serious too. What are we doing as an office? I have a real estate brokerage. That's where I'm at right now. We have closed to the public. So we're allowing agents to come in here, people to work if they want to, but we're closed to the public. We're locking our doors, no walk-ins, no appointments unless it's a super special scenario. We want to limit the amount of people in here. So we don't have many people in here. Literally there's 4 or 5 people in here at the most at one time. So we're not even, to that point where people are saying no more than groups of 10 can be together. We're not even getting close to that here. So we are staying open, and there are still real estate deals being done. So we have 12 flips going right now, and that's because we sold one this morning. So I went to the title company. They're taking precautions. They give you your own special pen. They don't share pens. And we closed the deal. I closed it on my own without the buyer being there. That's how I do most of my closings, though. I show up early, I sign, it takes me 5 minutes, I leave. That way I don't have to spend an hour watching the buyer sign documents. So that's another way you can not have as much exposure is by having separate closings with the buyer and seller. But there are still deals being done. Now, we still have our contractors working on properties. Not one of them has said, hey, I don't want to work, I want to go home. But they're also kind of either 1, maybe 2 guys working together in one house. It's not big groups of guys working. So that's been going on. And we're still buying properties too. So we bought a new property yesterday, which is 25,000 square feet. Sorry, square foot. Commercial building, and we bought it for $230,000. That, I know, seems crazy. I agree. It is completely crazy, and that's why I bought it. It's in Sterling, Colorado, 90 miles away from me. That's one reason it's so cheap. If that was in Greeley, where I'm at, it'd be, you add another 0. Literally, it would be over a $2 million property if it was here, and it's 90 miles away. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that yet, but it's such a good deal. We got it, we bought it. I'll have a video of that coming up later this week. If not next week, we'll see. I've got some videos backlogged. But we were just there today looking at it, doing a video, kind of checking out the whole property after buying it. So we are buying properties too. I'm not completely scared off that I'm not going to buy anything. We have another property, the farmhouse flip, if you guys remember that one. The one with the big red barn. I'll try to link to these in the video if I remember. Just went under contract over the weekend. So there are still buyers out there as well. We had quite a few showings on it since all this has happened. Got an offer, and they want to close in 3 weeks. So that'd be fantastic. So things are still selling. We have another one, the kind of best flip margin I had that video. where it's been under contract for quite a while. That was the last one Nikki staged that you guys liked her staging on. And they have to switch lenders because of some credit problems. We're still working that through, but they still want to buy it too. They're not canceling. So we're not seeing craziness go on with real estate. We're still buying good deals. I've had 2 or 3 wholesalers send me deals this week. I've said, sure, I'm going to go look at them. If they're good enough deals, I'm still willing to buy them. I'm not going to, stretch the numbers or try and make a deal work that doesn't have the right profit margin, but we're still buying deals. If an amazing rental property comes along, I'm still going to buy it. And we're still working on our properties to get them listed and hopefully get them sold. Now, one big question, which I don't know the answer to yet, but I'm going to work it out here right now. Listing a house, right? We've got quite a few properties coming up that will be ready to sell soon. Should we list them or should we wait? That is such a tough question to answer. Now, if you're living in the house, you're not in a big rush to sell, I don't think it hurts to wait, right? We don't know exactly what's going to happen. While I say things are still happening in real estate, they are definitely slowing down. There's definitely not as many buyers. A lot of people are staying inside. So there could be lower prices coming up here soon, at least in the short term. So if you're thinking of listing a home, you're not sure, you're not in a big rush, you still live there, it doesn't cost you any money, maybe you wait. Maybe not. If you really just want to sell it, go for it. I'm still seeing a lot of listings come up for sale though. And with my flips, we've got carrying costs, financing costs, our money's tied up. It's hard to just sit on those if they're ready to sell. So if a property is ready, I'm thinking we're probably going to list it. I'm thinking we'll probably put it up for sale. We'll see how it does. If it gets no activity at all, maybe we'll take it off and wait. But like I said, this last weekend, we were getting a lot of showings, a lot of activity on our properties. Now it's gotten worse since this last weekend. So maybe it's getting worse now as far as showings. I don't know, but we'll probably try it. So we're not going to totally just give up on listing properties due to the coronavirus. We'll probably keep trying to sell them. Now, what about buying new properties? Should you wait? Are prices going to go down a bunch? I don't know. I just don't know. I mean, I could see prices going down because there will be less buyers, but there's still people looking. I think the main thing is a lot of people aren't self-quarantining themselves. They're still out and about doing their thing, out there looking at houses, showing houses. They're really not letting things slow them down unless their work is saying, hey, don't come to work. You have to stay home. So if that's good or bad, I'll let you guys argue it. I'm not going to pass judgment right now, but it's happening. So I think that's kind of why the governments have put a stop to so many things and said, hey, restaurants have to close, bars have to close, schools have to close, because people aren't really distancing themselves, social distancing themselves on their own. And the government's like, oh, we have to do it for you because you're not really listening about how serious this is. So we'll see. I think people will still look at houses. I don't think the real estate market will just collapse. However, something that could really hurt real estate people is rent. What if those people who don't have jobs or are sent home can't pay their rent? So this could be something to really worry about. How bad will it get? I don't know. However, the government has said they might just start paying people. So if they do that, hey, it's not a problem. They can still pay rent. Maybe landlords can charge a little bit less rent or put a payment plan in place. That's something I have to think about with my rental properties. We have 22 rental properties. We have a restaurant in this building right here that is shut down. So are they going to be able to pay rent? I don't know. I hope so. But if they're not, we're not just going to kick them out. Hopefully they're not listening to this video and are like, how long can I pay rent before Mark will kick me out? No, don't do that, Tori. But we're still going to work with them. We also have a grocery store in this building. They're probably going to be okay. They can pay rent. But there's a lot of things to think about. That could be something that really hurts the economy if people lose their jobs, can't pay rent. So what really affects us is how long will that happen? How long are we going to be in this kind of quarantine mode, so to speak? Not an official one, but sort of when you can't go to work. You're kind of quarantined from making money. Well, if it goes on for 2 months, that could cause some issues, and that sounds like it might happen at least that long. If it goes on for 4 months, I mean, we could see major, major, major problems in the economy, housing, people paying rent, all kinds of things. Honestly, I think if we get to the 2-month point, the government's probably going to back off things, no matter what happens. I just think they're going to see how much the economy is being affected, and they're going to have to weigh like public health versus destroying the economy, and they're going to, it's really tough. I mean, how do you make that decision of people's livelihoods versus health and what will happen to the future? And my thoughts are maybe they come up with some new idea of how to protect more at-risk people or quarantine them, but let others go back to work. Who knows? Or maybe they'll realize at that time that this self-quarantine or shutting everything down hasn't helped. Or maybe it's helped so much that it's okay. Or we've slowed down things enough that it's okay. I just don't know. But my gut, which is totally off the cuff, has no scientific backing to it whatsoever, says we're not going to go into like a 6-month or year-long shutdown. It just would destroy everything so much that tough choices would be made to stop that. I could be wrong, but that's my gut. I think housing prices could drop, but I don't think it will be a crash. I don't think everything's going to crash and explode like 2008. Totally different than 2008, where it was bad loans, too many houses being built, and arms that were coming up. Totally different, not the same. I think we'll be okay. I could be wrong, but this is just my gut saying I think we'll be okay. I think we have to be very careful. Some things to think about during this time period is cash, right? Cash is very, very good. Yes, that means good right there to have on hand. If your tenants can't pay rent, if you have problems, cash is good. Keep lots of cash. If you don't have cash, what do? Well, if you've got some properties, you can always refinance them. Right now, rates are really, really, really low. Now, they've gone up a little bit, but they're still incredibly low. There are still lenders working. There are still people doing refinances. That can be an option where you can get more cash by doing a cash-out refinance. Lock in a long-term rate can make you safer. And if things turn around and you have a bunch of cash on hand, that's not exactly a bad thing. If you really hate debt, you can pay your loan back down with that cash or buy more properties. And then maybe there's some better deals at that time. You never know. Just because prices go down doesn't mean everything explodes. It might mean more opportunity for us out there. So there's a lot to consider with this whole coronavirus, what's going on. Take it serious. I'm not saying it's a hoax or a joke. I'm not one of those people that thinks the governments all got together and created it either. Let's try and be calm about it. Don't be crazy. Hope for the best, but plan for the worst. Try and get as much cash together as you can. If you see amazing deals out there and you want to buy them, maybe it's a good time to do it. Maybe not. Me personally, I probably will still buy stuff if good deals pop up. Am I making a mistake? We'll know in a year. We'll see, or 2 years. But that's my plan. I am refinancing some properties as well right now. Quite a few actually. Trying to get those to go through. And trying to get some cash there available as well. Cash is not bad no matter what the market conditions are. I never try to time the market. Buy when it's low, sell when it's high, because I don't know what's going to happen in the future. We just try and kind of buy all the time and hope things work out in the future and in the long run. All right, that's all I've got for this update. Let me know what you think. Happy to see all your comments and opinions. Don't forget to hit the like button too. And love the new subscribers as well, so keep signing up. We'll have more videos coming up soon on our flips, rentals, and advice videos like this and other interesting stuff. All right, we'll be back.